Today we're going to be taking a look at a mod that brings an entire game into Garry's mod. That's right, I'm sure some of you guys do recognize exactly what we're doing. We're going to be playing Dear Esther, except we're not playing Dear Esther, we're playing on a map from Dear Esther. Now if you guys don't know, of course, Dear Esther is a mod for the Source engine that came out free to play in 2008, but then was released as a more complete package in 2012 as a full standalone game. And there's a lot of mysteries and wonder in Dear Esther, including of course some spooky moments. Now of course I can't say for certain if that'll be in these maps, but one thing I can say for certain is that we have all 4 giant maps and there is a ton to explore. So Dear Esther is also known as a walking simulator, a game genre that is all about, well, walking. But you don't want to dash through Dear Esther. In fact, as you walk, I think you walk about this fast, no joke. Like the entire game. And that's how it's pretty long. But obviously we're playing Garry's mod, we got some immersive movement mods installed just to make it look even more interesting. And of course if the Golden Spiral doesn't tell you that there's some pretty weird things going on, then I don't know what will. But we're gonna keep going forward. I'm pretty sure this does lead to a dead end. Okay, so yeah, we have a bit of a cave here. Don't know the significance of these car parts. I don't even know how these even got here. But it's pretty amazing because, I mean, we've seen things in Garry's mod before, guys. And we've seen that when you port it into Garry's mod, it, well, let's just say, doesn't look as good as it did in the source material. However, I think I could say very confidently that this looks really good. Like, this looks incredible. In fact, this might even be one of the most beautiful maps we've seen in Garry's mod. I mean, there's not any crazy effects going on, but the foliage is really nicely laid out. The textures are a bit stretched in some areas, like look at this, you can see that does not look right. But thankfully, it's honestly pretty difficult to notice. Now, like I said, Dear Esther is a walking sim, which means you're going to be doing a lot of this. But the thing that I think makes up for it is, one, the adventure, being able to go out and explore. Again, you'll see some interesting landmarks like whatever the significance of this stone means. But also, this game is pretty multifaceted. For instance, here we are at the beginning, as you can see, and we went this way. But if we were to go, say, this way, although I don't know how you'd be able to make that jump in Dear Esther. However, you are able to get up here somehow. Actually, you know what? Oh, never mind. If you go into this cave here, you're gonna notice you get this beautiful view. And then as you slowly progress through the map and make your way down this hill, you'll find yourself into this waterway. And then if you take a glance over, you'll see that cave that you were looking out of. Everything is just kind of neatly put together, and it really does bring the level of immersion all the way up. And that's what this is really all about. We can see these very strange symbols on the wall. And of course, again, it's all about the views too. I mean, look at this. That is freaking gorgeous. If you told me this was from a 2012 game, I would be kind of shocked. It looks like it's definitely quite a bit ahead of its time. So I mean, we could just walk around this map for hours if we want, but we have way more maps to take a look at. I myself have never actually completed Dear Esther, at least I don't think I have. What is this? Chemistry. I don't understand what all these chemistry and math symbols are all about though. It's definitely kind of odd seeing in this countryside. Alright, now we're gonna go on through this tunnel, and this is where the loading would happen. So normally you would fall from here, and then I imagine a loading screen right here. But because we get no loading screen, we have reached the end of the map. And as we can see, I was definitely correct. From here, you can see this is where you would land. And then obviously, you know, as you look up, that's where the previous part of the map would be. But we're on a completely different map now. We can hear some more ambient sounds. I do remember this one area where you'd look up and you would see like eyeballs looking at you. I think that was on the previous area. I couldn't even remember. This looks pretty incredible though. We can see a wrecked ship down there. In fact, I really want to go check that out. Again, if you were playing the original Dear Esther, you would be walking like this slow. So it would be a nice leisure walk, but we can just sprint all the way down there, which does make these maps seem quite a bit smaller. But again, they do have to fit within the confines of Source itself, and we've seen how limited those confines can be. So here we have a wrecked ship with containers. Now obviously in Dear Esther, you're not going to be jumping around all over like that, but I gotta admit, it's pretty cool to explore. There's a lot of neat things. The water is doing these weird screen space. Actually, are those cube map reflections? Couldn't tell you, but they are definitely kind of glitching out. It's also interesting how they were able to convey so much detail with the limited capacity of source, because I mean, like, look at these textures. These do not look good, but because of that nitty-gritty nature, they actually look really good from far away, and that kind of goes for the entirety of the art design of Dear Esther. It's like, everything far away looks really nice, but then you get all the way up and you look at the textures and they don't really look that great. Now, of course, again, not to bash on the Chinese room, you know, they did the best that they could, and I think this game is, well, I have to tell you guys a story. This is one of the first PC games I ever played. That's right. I know, right? Crazy. 2012? But when I was a young lad, and I had my PC for the first time, for the majority of my life I was a console gamer. I'm also going the wrong way, I just realized. So when I first got my own PC, it was a laptop, and that's when I made this channel in 2012. Well, around that time is also when I played any free PC game I could get my hands on, and Dear Esther, the original, was one of those. And then, of course, I ended up illegally cracking it and downloading it. Yes, that's right, I am a pirate, or at least I was. Hopefully I don't go to jail. But it's true, we've all done it at one point or another, and I feel bad taking money from this company because they are just such a cool company, man. Like, they make such interesting and thought-invoking games. So Chinese room, I'm very sorry, but I played this game, and I used to go to my friends, and I'm sure you guys remember Brandon. I showed him the game immediately, and he loved it. He thought it was awesome, and he even bought the game. And it's just interesting because now every time I see this, every time I play this game, or at least now the map in Garry's mod, it just takes me back to those good old times when it was just us and our laptops. And that is the one reason why I had to do a video on this. Alright, so once again, we have different pathways here. We can take this lower path, which interestingly looks to lead into a sinkhole. Don't think I want to know what's down there. And then we can go up here and just completely bypass it. So with this game, it kind of reminds me of like Firewatch, where that's also a very thought-provoking game, where you really want to just go out of your way and look for things. Like, what the hell happened here? We have like some kind of surgical utensils with needles, I assume to administer drugs. And then we have a lot of bandages that appears to have been used to clean up a lot of blood. So there you go. What the hell could have happened in there? It's very weird to think why that's even there. But going up here, we can see a house on the hill. Also, guys, I apologize. This might be one of the most boring videos, but if you stick through, I promise you, you're going to start seeing some interesting things. Or even better, download this for yourself and really get a good look at what this game's all about. Because, well, now you don't even need to buy the game. You could just play it in Garry's mod. But of course, I do implore you to get the game or find the game somewhere. I actually got it for free, which this is kind of the funny thing. It all kind of came full circle. They were giving this game away on Steam absolutely for free, the Landmark Edition, so I ended up grabbing that. So the game I initially cracked, I ended up getting officially for free anyway later in life. It's funny how things kind of work out like that. And also, Chinese room, I owe you $10. Alright, so here we have some more wrecked ships. We had to kind of make our way down the mountain, just taking in the beautiful scenery. Once again, is that a... oh... okay, I was gonna say, yes, that's a seagull. It just, the beak gave me pteranodon vibes, but pteranodons are not that big and, obviously are, well, you know, extinct. So I don't know if that's a seagull or a pelican or some kind of bird, of course, but they appear to be leading me into this corridor that has a suitcase full of books. Okay, so they're history books. And there's also some clothes. See, what if you were playing the game and you came across this? What would be going through your mind? How did this get here? Did it fall? Did someone get trapped and they had to throw it? I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened. The fact that those birds were dead and led to that is also kind of weird by itself. Oh, what is this? Another... oh god. I'm gonna regret doing this. Alright, and now we are at, obviously, the cave level. And look how absolutely breathtaking this is. If you guys have like an OLED display on your phone or something like that, this is going to look breathtaking. It really does look good. And then over here we can see we got a very bright candle, and then our flashlight, which apparently broke. Well, actually, I don't know if that's even ours, but it's a broken flashlight nonetheless. We're gonna go on and explore the cave. This was always the more mysterious part of the game, because you've seen these crazy patterns all over the world, And now you're starting to see some... Oh, are those mushrooms? All right, we're gonna go on. Look at those reflections. That is incredible. This is the kind of stuff that makes you wonder how they could do this in Source. But once again, we have those crazy wall drawings of anything scientific. We got like... Is that a... Alright, that's a neuron, if I've ever seen one. We got all sorts of mathematical properties thrown onto the wall. We even got some chemistry symbols all throughout. I don't know the significance of all this. Now guys, it's very important that you don't get lost. I ended up going the wrong way. As you can see, we came from this left path, but we actually do have to go on this right path. Alright, and that looks incredible. So... Wait, do we just jump? Okay, indeed we do. So one thing that's always really important in a game, guys, when you want to create atmosphere is the sound. From the water splashing against the rocks, to the ambient howling of whatever the hell that is. And I mean, like, just look at this. This looks freaking incredible. Just don't fall down there. Alright, I imagine that the developers never expected you to just dash through the game like this, but obviously in Garry's mod, we do have that power. Alright, it's starting to get a little quiet, actually. I think we're getting close. Oh, that is awesome. Whoa, this is weird. I don't even want to know what the hell these things are. Ooh. Honestly, everything about this level is just an absolute treat. Oh, look at that. So close to the exit, but we can't. Okay, this is... Wait, what's that say? Behold? Does that say Damascus? Alright, well, this is definitely starting to get cuckoo. What in the world is all of this? I'm starting to regret never actually finishing this game. Or maybe I did, but I just forgot everything. I do remember this cave level, but I don't remember what happens at the end. Wow, we are just going straight through this Michael Phelps style. And here we are. I assume this is the next level change. And here we are, guys, the final level, and it is now nighttime. So I think that's a really awesome way to kind of introduce you to, I guess, a time of day change. And a good way to finish the game off is to have it be night with a lovely full moon. We could see a bunch of, well, candles everywhere, along with some interesting photographs. Look, there's the car. You know, now I'm starting to think Dear Esther is more about ourselves than it is someone else. In fact, this... Oh no, this is all coming back to me. I'm starting to remember now. This is incredible. So, this video was not only an interesting showcase to anyone who wants to watch, but it's also kind of like I'm piecing together the game myself in my head as I'm playing, because it's been like probably 8-9 years since I've played this game. So yeah, this is... Something bad happened. Some kind of freak accident, I assume. Like the car... Oh my god, it's all coming together. It's all like... They're all like subliminal messages. So I think this game was actually something that introduced me to the whole prospect of psychological games. Things that really kind of mess with your idea of how things should be. And it was also a good way to tell a story. And now we have another piece. It is again the car pieces. I knew it. So yes, I think we... Did we die? Did someone die in a car accident? And that would explain the baggage as well. Because that's the thing you're going to notice when you play this game is a lot of things are placed in areas that don't really make much sense. And that's for a reason, because their significance is not because of their location, but more so why you even see them in the first place. So here we have a broken boat with... Are these like little paper boats? And I imagine they're papers from that book that we keep seeing as well. Alright, this is all really bizarre, I'm not gonna lie. But, guys, what an incredible journey this is. I imagine this is the end. Let me know what you guys think about Dear Esther down below, and definitely let me know your thoughts. Alright, so I lied, that is definitely not the end. I'm pretty sure we can actually go all the way up here, and this might be what really holds the truth. But wow, look at that view. Just absolutely incredible. It still blows my mind that someone was able to port this entire thing into Garry's mod. I know it's obviously from Source, and Garry's mod is kind of like the hub of like all Source mods or content. You know, you could pretty much put anything in Source into Garry's mod, but it's still really awesome. Like, even the sounds are intact. Okay, there's got to be something crazy up here. Alright, starting to hear the wind really pick up as we approach the top of this hill. And here we are. So, now I want to know what... Oh, we probably got to climb this. And unfortunately, we cannot climb it. I don't know if you actually do end up climbing to the top of this at the end of the game. Once again, I wish I knew how the game ended, but I guess I'm just gonna have to download it and play it to figure it out. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Dear Esther, an incredible source experience. It is a walking sim, but it's a very good one at that. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts down below. What is your favorite atmospheric game? You guys can leave a like and subscribe if you want, of course. Links will be in the description. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and farewell.